Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. So today we are going to be doing a July pick a pile. What is in store for you for the month of July? We're going to have 3 piles. I'll put that together for you in 1 second. Make sure that if you haven't already, please hit the like button, hit the bell if you want to get notifications. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment. Let me know if the piles resonated with you, what makes sense, what works for you. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Dianne Aquarius. I've been here on YouTube now for 3 years. Prior to that, I was a dementia practitioner, but I have been psychic and a medium and someone that's communicated with extraterrestrials and angels and those on the other side my entire life. So I'm going to be sharing all of that with you on this channel. So what I'm going to do is shuffle my gold foil Rider-Waite tarot deck, and I'm going to pick 3 cards out of it. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Let me pull it back. And on each one, I'm going to be putting a coin. So on number 1, the coin has all the astrological symbols on it. And it's called a tarot good luck coin. So that's pile number 1 that we'll be working with. Number 2 is a Chinese good fortune coin. You can see the double fish and then the yin yang sign on the back. That's number 2. And number 3 is this gorgeous Egyptian one. I believe that's Anubis. And you can see the pyramid on the back. Now, what I suggest is that you take a nice deep breath, get yourself centered, and see what feels right to you. Now, I get asked this a lot. What if more than one pile resonates with me? That's fine. What if, all 3? Well, then you needed 3 messages today. That's okay. That can happen. One thing that you can do if you feel like you're not as intuitive today as you could be, you can just Google a random number generator, and it just pops right up if you Google it. There's nothing to do. You just Google random number generator and it comes right up, and you just put 1 to 3 and let it pick it for you. And I know a lot of people have good luck with that. And today, the cards that we're going to be using are the tea leaf cards, Caroline Myss's archetype cards, the Angels of Romance, and Angels of Abundance cards, along with 2 Rider-Waite tarot decks. To try to give you the fullest look at the month of July, we're going to look at career, finance, money, that sort of thing, abundance, of course, and then romance, relationships, anything that you need to know, anything that you need to be aware of, and we'll use the tarot for clarifications. So if you need to pause the video, go ahead. If not, we're going to begin with pile 1, the Tarot Good Wish card. Coin, I should say, sorry. Okay, welcome pile 1. So what did you end up picking? Oh gosh, the 10 of Cups. Beautiful. That is a beautiful way to start. I love it. Okay, so I'm just going to cut the tea leaves in half because this is an enormous deck, and just see what wants to come out. 2, 3, and I think, yeah, this one wants to come out. Okay, so 4. Okay, so what do they need to know about their archetype? What archetype's going to affect them in July? Okay, that one jumped out at me here. Okay. Okay, what do they need to know about romance, relationships? Okay, these 2 are jumping out. Great. And then abundance. What do they need to know, Spirit, about abundance? Okay. This one is sticking out. This one, and I think this one wants to come too, so we'll take that. Okay. Let me set that down. Give your cards a nice shuffle. Love these gold foil Rider-Waite cards, but let me just say that they are slippery when you're shuffling, which is kind of funny. You have to be a little bit careful. Okay. And then if we need clarifiers, the regular Rider-Waite. And this is a small deck. If you're like me and you don't have very big hands and it's awkward shuffling, I say get the smaller versions of most of these decks. Okay. All right. So 10 of Cups is a beautiful beginning. So let's see what the other cards have to say. Dog close up. Pleasure with a close friend. Great message for July because, you know, July is that time that we do spend with, you know, friends and loved ones. Bread. Period of prosperity and abundance. Fantastic. Dog barking. Advice from a friend. Oh, so lots of stuff about dogs. Okay. Interesting. And dogs, you know, if you know anything about the tea leaf deck, that has to do with friends usually. Dogs getting together with friends. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh, because you have to remember the way that you actually shuffle that deck is that you put them into a golden bag that it comes with and you shake it all up. And I've been using this deck now for quite some time. So it's interesting that it actually came up dog, 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 dog. I've never had that happen before. Very unusual, my friends. The archetype, child nature. Child nature. The light attributes, friendship with animals, communication with nature spirits, and you have a bunny. Okay, there is something with pile one people and animals for sure. The shadow attribute is tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. But you know what? I can see that you guys don't have that shadow attribute. You're the light attribute where you are loving animals. Romance. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. Okay. And then calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. All right. So I'm starting to see a message come out here. Sever vows of poverty. Focus on your priorities. And God is your source. Now, if you're not comfortable with the word God, you can replace it with source or consciousness or whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's just that something else is, you know, there's like another source out there. That's, I think, all it's trying to say. So let's just take a look at this before we get into the tarot here. So pretty amazing, this animal connection that you have. So I'm going to say that you guys are certainly animal lovers. For those of you in July that were thinking about adopting an animal, starting a business that involves animals, babysitting an animal, doing anything that involves animals. You know, maybe you're thinking about setting up a bird feeder, you know, but I'm going to say that will just be the beginning of what you do because there's too much of a connection for, like, say, a simple bird feeder. So I think you do have that animal connection for sure. I think it's really important for pile one people to spend time in nature in July. You're going to find it really grounding. It will be very beneficial to you. It will feel good. It'll feel right. It will just ground and center you. Okay. And you also need to spend time with friends, right? So, you know, pleasure with a close friend, advice from a friend, getting together with friends. And I think it's for two reasons. One, dogs are typically happy, right? They're happy beings. Why? Because they're pretty much friends with everybody. You know, when I had my dog, before he passed on, I had a big old Mastiff. You know, we used to have a saying, which was a stranger was just a friend that he hadn't met yet. He loved everyone. And so we get a lot from being with other people. And, you know, I think for a lot of us who feel that like we need to be by ourselves to recharge, we forget that we also need to be with people too and actually have these interactions. And so I think what Spirit's trying to say to you is, you know, you need to have time with friends. Make sure that there's time for good conversation. And I can also see that you're going to be having that, you know, that is coming up. In terms of your love life, and also too, you know, where you're getting the 10 of Cups, this is going to affect both your friendships and your love life. Because this is you spending time with your family, your loved ones, friends. So I just see a lot of get-togethers, a lot of celebrations. Like I said, good conversations. Now, with relationships, if you're already in a relationship, there's some past life stuff here. Okay. Now that can be good. That can be bad. That can mean that there's karma that you need to look at. because there's like some negative things that's going on, or it can mean that the reason that you have this amazing connection is because of the past life connection that you two have. So it also could mean too that the person that you just met, for those of you that are single, that there's a past life connection for you. Okay. For those of you that are single, calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So this is time for you to start doing that manifestation work, because in July, you have that absolute potential for bringing in your soulmate, right? That's why it's coming up in today's reading, that you have that potential in July. So make sure that you do that. In terms of, abundance, God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there's no lack or limitation. Rather, there's plenty of abundance for all to share. Now, like I said, if the God reference doesn't feel right to you, replace it with something else. No worries. But I think what the point is that you can look outside of yourself to manifest. Like, it's not, because I think what they're trying to say is, in July, please do not just sit there and toil away, thinking, well, if I work more hours, I'll get more money, and that's my life, and that's all that I'm going to have. No, dear ones. It's saying there's energy that you can use. There's energy that's there for you. Abundance is the nature of the universe. Focus on your priorities, though. So make sure that you know what you want, know, what it is that you want from creator, from source, from energy, from whatever. Know what you want. Make that list. Make that list of goals and priorities, because this is, I think, a great time of manifestation for our pile one people. Where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome, right? Where your attention goes is where your energy flows. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident. So yes, make sure that in July, you really focus on what it is that you need to do, because you have this great potential of manifesting. Several vows of poverty. Now, oftentimes, in past lives and things like that, we have made these vows of poverty. It served a purpose at the time, and you may have even started off this incarnation with it. But the thing is, it's kind of a wasted incarnation if you don't grow and evolve. So you may have started off that way, but it's up to you to grow it. So dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made, consciously or unconsciously, in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. So really beautiful. So what do we need to know about friendship? Because that is such a big thing that came up here. And also too, with abundance, you did get the bread, the period of prosperity and abundance. So July is a huge manifestation month for you, pile one. So please make sure, I have that manifestation seminar that I think I did a great job with, but there's other ones out there too. I think the law of attraction will take you so far, but I try to go beyond that with my seminar. Okay. So friendships here. Okay, because maybe in the past you felt like there was some kind of betrayal here. So, 10 of Swords, you felt like there was some kind of betrayal. And they're saying, now it's time for you to communicate. Queen of Swords, it's time for you to communicate. So 10 of Swords, Queen of Swords. And it's going to take like a leap of faith. Here's the Fool. Take that risk, take the leap of faith. It's worth it. Okay. Okay, relationships. What do we need to know, Spirit, about pile one and relationships? Oh, the Chariot. Yes, keep going forward. Some of you, 3 of Swords, suffering from a broken heart, and you feel like there's been a battle, but it's time to move on from it. Okay, so it's time for you to move past the energy of feeling brokenhearted, 3 of Swords. It's time for you to move past that. Yes, there was some battles and fights, and, things weren't always great in the past for a lot of you. And it's time to just turn your back to that and move on. It's time to move past that energy so you can get into that wonderful soulmate energy, right? So abundance, finances, career. What do you need to know? Be nice if I held these the right way, right? Okay. Okay. Oh, Page of Wands. Okay, so getting some nice messages. Magician, that's what I was saying. You can't make this up. I was telling you it's a period of manifestation for you, and you get the Magician. That's what he's all about. But it's up to you to make this decision to do this. So here's the thing. There's going to be some great news coming your way in July about finance, career, abundance, whatever it is that you've been trying to manifest. Maybe it's a new car, a new house, a new job, you know, a promotion, that sort of thing. Some good news coming your way. Page of Wands. Magician, though, you have that magic touch in July. There is something about you and July that you have the magic touch. This would be, I would say, a good time to start a business, to work towards that promotion or ask for the promotion, to change jobs, you know, to, I would say, even like work with contracts, you know, anything that's going to add abundance. If you've been looking at houses, this could be the time that you manifest that house. You're looking at cars, you know, at the dealership that you were thinking about going to is running this amazing sale, you know, that kind of thing. Okay. But it's on you. You have to make the decision, Two of Swords, to actually do this. Okay. And once you do, you're going to have just so much like wonderful good times. And you're going to have that life that you dreamt of. So I shuffled these already. Ace of Swords, it is time for you to speak your truth, pile one. Start communicating. There is something with communication here with you. So communication is very key. Receiving messages and giving messages in July. But it's up to you. Once again, Four of Cups. It is up to you to pull out of that Three of Swords energy with the broken heart, to get out of that Two of Swords energy where you're indecisive. It is up to you to start moving forward with everything. And you've been feeling like you've been stuck. So I think a lot of you resonate with that kind of stuck energy, like you feel like you've been a victim. But look, the sun comes out, new beginnings, enlightenment. You know, this is a yes card. So I think it's going to be, you know, amazing for you in July, pile one. To me, this is all positive. No real warnings to you, except for, I think it would be a shame if you didn't start making some physical actions in this 3D world that we live in, right? It's great to plan and all that, but you have to then get to that point where you get out of the planning phase and you start to move forward in your life. And that's what it's saying, because July, your energies align. It's like your stars are aligning in July. So this is time for you to move forward with a relationship, time for you to move forward with your career, time to move forward with you if you were thinking about adopting that pet, okay? Doing something with pets, starting that pet business. Like I said, it's time for that. And it's also time for you to really focus on having friends. Now, some of you have been feeling lonely, isolated. It's time for you to start reaching out, joining different things. Making friends online is sometimes a good place to start, you know, in a group that you feel safe, where you have things in common. Whatever it is, start joining groups, start getting yourself out there, start talking to friends, start making friends, okay? So pile one, I think you're going to have an amazing July. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't, please hit the like button. Check out membership if you're not a member. And if you want a private reading, go to DianneAquarius.com. Bye, everyone. Oh, there it is. There we go. Let's get ready for my pile two, folks. Okay, so welcome pile two, people. You are the ones that picked this really pretty Chinese good luck coin. It has like the double fish, which makes me think of Pisces, of course. Pisces season, water signs. And we will put that over here. It'll be with our good wish coin. And let's see what card you chose. Nine of Swords. So some stress, some worry and anxiety that's been kind of like popping up a little bit in your life. So let's get into it. Let's actually start to pick your piles here. So we're going to take the tea leaves first. And I'm just going to randomly cut them. And I think I'll cut them one more time. Okay. And see what wants to come out. Okay, I can see which ones are starting. Okay, this one wanted to come out, so I'm taking this one. This one wants to come out. This one, and I would say this one. Okay, perfect. All right, let's see what archetype is going to have some kind of impact on you in July. So, Spirit, what kind of archetype energy is going to matter to my pile 2 people? What is going to resonate with them the most? Okay. Hero or heroine? Beautiful. Love that. Okay. Angels of abundance here. What do you need to know about abundance? Okay, this one wants to come out. Oh, and this one wants to come out. Okay. Beautiful. And then let's take a little look at romance. This one's clearly coming out. And this one's coming out. Great. Okay, we'll get into your tarot in a minute. So let's flip over your tea leaves. Moon, changes in your life. I don't know about you, but I do like change. I am one of those people that enjoy change. Tankard, celebration, fun, enjoyment. Okay, so this sounds like change. This is change for the better. Peacock, beware of great pride. Okay. And bowl, plenty of material things. With abundance, you get release resentments about money. Attracting, not chasing. And I'll read the rest when we get into it. Romance. Oh, wait, how did this... Oh, interesting. Okay, so if this pile resonates with you, you may want to check out pile 1 because this card came up in pile 1 also. Past life relationship. And then children. Okay. So before we do your tarot, let's take a nice look here at what is going on. I'm going to take a little sip of water, my friends, because I've been talking. Okay. Okay, so as I look at this, this is pretty interesting. So you've had a little bit of a period of anxiety. And when I set it down, it's like the way it lined up with the moon kind of makes a lot of sense. You're having some stress, worry, anxiety, maybe some sleepless nights, because there's some changes in your life. And, you know, change is hard in general. So July is going to be a month of change for you, but it is change for the better. It is actually change where you start to manifest some nice things in your life. So yes, things are changing. Yes, that may not feel comfortable. I get that. But at the same time, you know, it's kind of like when you get the Tower card in tarot and everyone's like, oh no, not the Tower card. And it's like, well, you know, at the same time, sometimes things need to crumble and fall apart so something new and better can come in. Yes, there's that uncomfortableness for a few weeks, and then the new energy comes in. It can be a new person, a new job, you know, something like that. And then things get so much better. You know, it's kind of like it's darkest before it's dawn, right? So, all right, so your archetype, hero or heroine, light attribute is passion for a journey of personal empowerment. Shadow attribute, escapism, and a false sense of heroism. So I can see here that you guys are really resonating more with the light attribute. I'm not getting the shadow attribute, even though I think maybe sometimes, though, aren't we all guilty of escapism? Whether it's watching too much TV, reading, you know, your book for too many hours, you know, that kind of thing, which I think is okay. Some of it's healthy. Like, we do need to kind of like defrag, so to speak. But as long as you don't get... you know, stuck in it, you know, hour after hour, you know, because a body at rest stays at rest, right? You know, so you want to keep changing and moving and having a good schedule. And you can see these two characters, you know, climbing up here, and they're going upwards, and your energy is going up. And I like that because the next card is also going up, right? So there's a lot of up energy. So this is really beautiful. So release resentments about money. Yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting, right? So I think for those of you, okay, what I'm getting from my guides is that a lot of you have had a spiritual awakening, and you're saying this whole 3D construct of money doesn't work for me anymore. It doesn't make sense, right? Because let's face it, money's not even really real, is it? I mean, we don't actually know if there's anything backing our dollar, but hey, you know, it's the world that we live in. But holding resentments about finances just pushes your abundance away. Instead, see money as a tool you can use to better the world. And this shift will help you attract support and golden opportunities. So one of the things that I do when I do my manifestation work, I always ask to have such an abundance of money. This makes me think of like the Six of Pentacles in tarot, that I can give a lot away, because that's what makes me feel good. You know, I love supporting my veterans home here in my town, and there's several animal charities that I support. And so that's, for those of you that have resentments about money, you don't feel good about money, I bet you would feel good about giving money away though. You know, helping other people, that makes you feel good. So think about that. If maybe that's like a little bit of a paradigm, you know, twist for some of you. Attracting, not chasing. Yeah, you know, I mean, I did put out that manifestation seminar, and I did really stress that, you know, sometimes the more you chase after something, the more you drive that energy away. Anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of the fears underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. So this is actually a really nice time that if you kind of like fix how you feel about money, you are going to really start in July, start attracting more money. Okay. Because money is just an energy at the end of the day, right? It's just an energy, and energy is something that we can manifest, is something that we can manipulate. So just like pile one, past life relationship, you have known each other before. So either in July, you're about to get into a relationship with someone that you have known in a past life. And I said to them, that can be either good or bad, right? Depending upon, you know, was there good karma or was there bad karma, right? So if there was like lots of negative karma, there could be some lessons to learn. So make sure, you know, you put your feelers out. When you feel, you know, like when you feel the energy of this person, like listen to your intuition. Or if you're in a relationship, it's a past life type relationship. Okay. And children, which is interesting. Your love life is being affected by children. So in July, if you have children, you may be finding something out about them. And if you don't have children, you may be hearing something about children, like for those of you that's trying to get pregnant, or you've been waiting for a grandchild or a niece or a nephew, you know, it could be kind of like that. But also too, as someone, because there is two dogs here. Okay. I don't know if you see the two dogs. If you're like me, I've never had two-legged children, but I do consider my fur babies my children. I really do. And so this actually could be just like pile one. This is another coincidence with pile one, because they got 3 dogs with their tea leaves. So this could actually be a really good time for you to adopt a pet. This is interesting that this has come up twice, because that's not something that you see a lot when you do these kinds of readings. But okay. So anyways, let's do some clarifiers. I want to look more at what are these changes and this 9 of Swords energy with the stress, worry, and anxiety. Okay. So you've been like kind of on this uphill battle a little bit, not getting the support that you need as you go through these changes. You've been feeling kind of stuck. But then you reach this milestone. Look at that, celebrating reaching a milestone in July. So for those of you that have been feeling stuck, like you're not getting the support and help that you need, things are not going your way, you reach this beautiful milestone. This can be marriage. This can be starting a business, graduating, moving into that new house. It can be so many wonderful, good things. So whatever it is that you've been trying to work at, that's great. I want to look at this heroine energy too. Passion for a journey of personal empowerment. So this is the time, and I just keep feeling throat chakra with you guys. Like it's the time to speak your truth. For those of you that are angel members, or if you want to be an angel member, you can see that last night I channeled Archangel Gabriel, and he did this wonderful exercise during the channeling to open up people's throat chakras to connect them to their higher selves. Okay, literally, you can see the boat in the background going over the water. Yet you guys are going to be doing some traveling. You're going to be doing some traveling. You just have to balance things out with work. Okay, so like whatever your work schedule is, Or, you know, like say if you're a grandparent, you know, because I know I have like a lot of grandmas and grandpas that watch me, you know, like your babysitting schedule, working that out so you can travel, and just have a little bit of patience. It may not happen in the beginning of the month, okay? But, you know, it's coming. Okay, so what do they need to know about finance, career, manifesting abundance? Okay. Oh, perfect. I was just talking about the Six of Pentacles, and there it is. Okay, so it's actually what I just said to you. You can't make this up. I literally just said to you, when I do my manifestation work, I think of the Six of Pentacles having so much money that I can give it away, that I can give some of it away. You know what I mean? That's what makes me feel fulfilled and just gratified. And so that's what I think some of you need to have, that paradigm flip, like, oh, money's not bad. It's okay to ask for money. You know, it's okay to do this manifestation work. It's okay to have abundance, and you can do a lot of good work. But there's a lot of thoughts and ideas that you need to leave behind, okay, to do that. So some of you do need that little bit of a flip, and July is the month that you can do it, where everything just comes into beautiful balance with the Temperance card here. So yeah, this is a great month for you guys to start manifesting. But you have to change your ideologies first, okay? That's what it's saying. So what do we need to know about their love life, romance, relationships? What do we need to know? Okay, take some action. So whether you're in a relationship or not, if you're single, get yourself out there. Start, you know, putting yourself out there if that's what you wish to manifest. If you're in a relationship, start putting more effort, please, into it. That's what it's saying. This is the time to actually start taking some action. Queen of Cups, interesting. So you're somebody who's very deeply nurturing. You're someone that's really just loving, kind. You have a lot to offer, pile two, okay? And you're going into a brand new phase. Here's the World card with your relationships. So if you're in a relationship, it's going to enter this wonderful new phase, one that's like more nurturing and loving. And if you're single, then you could be in July going into a relationship, if you choose, that is loving and nurturing. But you do have to start taking some action, friends, okay? I want you to look at the peacock one. Beware of great pride, because that is the one that doesn't kind of mesh with the others. Because the bowl, plenty of material things. Yep, you know, you got the Six of Pentacles. That's all good. Tankard, the celebration, fun, enjoyment, that makes perfect sense to me because it's summertime, right? It's summertime. But what do we need to know about this peacock? What kind of great pride? Oh, interesting. Okay, so Six of Cups. Okay. It's about things that you have manifested in the past. So, you know, if you have been blessed, you know, well, or you've just certainly worked hard, and you have like that great home, the great car, the great career, the great spouse, whatever, don't brag about it to others. See, I can see it's in the past because Six of Cups. Here's a Seven of Cups. You know, this is kind of like you thinking about things, I think, a bit. But literally there is a house in here. So yeah. And it has to do with manifestation. So you know what? I think you guys are really good manifestors. I think that you can move mountains, literally move mountains, because you did get that card with them, you know, climbing up the mountains in July. I think you just need to change your ideologies a little bit and shift your schedule around, you know, around whatever it is, you know, children, grandchildren, work, that kind of thing. Because I think you guys really need to travel. July is going to be a great month for you for traveling, but also a really good time for relationships. So if you've been struggling with a relationship, you know, it's going to go into like a much tender, like a more tender, sweeter, more nurturing phase. Okay, like things will start to get better. And you also may be reconciling with somebody from the past if there's a past life thing going on too. So that's interesting. So I hope that this was helpful, pile two people. Please put in the comments what you think. You know, if you haven't checked out membership, please, you know, check it out. You just hit the join button if you want to join. And if you do want a personal reading, go to DianneAquarius.com. All right. Bye, my pile two people. Okay, so welcome, my pile 3 people. You picked this great Egyptian coin. Love it. We'll put that over here with the other coins. Let's see what card you picked. Oh, the Hierophant. The Hierophant, great. All right, so let's get into it. Let's choose your oracle cards here. Because it's such a big deck, I like cutting it. And I will take this. Okay. Okay, so this one wants to come out. This one wants to come out. And this one. This one. Okay. So we did 4 tea leaves. Love this deck. Let's check out what your archetype is. What archetype is going to affect you for July? All right, Spirit, so what do they need to know for July? Oh, I love it. Rebel. Let's do your abundance cards next. Oh, okay, this one wants to come out. Oh, okay, well, this one, I think this one wants to come out. Okay, great. And then romance. I can see 3 sticking out right there. We will take those 3. Okay, and before we do tarot, let's get into these. So, all right, so Rebel, the light attributes, challenges authority to affect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Shadow attributes, rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. Yeah, you guys march to the beat of your own drummer. Which is funny because you get the card of conformity right beside it. So there is a duality within you, pile 3 people. So your tea leaves here. Broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Don't worry, take a deep breath. We're going to explore it because you know what? This is why we do these things, because this is actually how you fix them. Fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. Ant, work, achievement, success. And bouquet, compliments from an admirer. Oh, interesting, compliments from an admirer, and you get a fair man here. So, okay, interesting. Let's look at your abundance cards. Oh, okay, sever vows of poverty. I've gotten this before today, all right. No more complaining, love it. But the rebel in you probably wants to. Attracting, not chasing. And we got this one before too. Okay. And then 4 romance. You guys got 3. Honeymoon. You get the honeymoon card. Romantic feelings. And free yourself. Okay. So you guys really have the most, out of the 3 piles, the most different cards, the most unusual, and I think it's because there is a duality within all of you, my dear pile 3 people, and we need to explore it. So because I don't want anyone to feel anxious about the broken bridge, the unsuccessful outcome to a problem, let's just take a look at that, because this is why we do tarot, right? This is why we do psychic work, because we can actually predict things to come, and then we can actually prevent them and, you know, make things better for ourselves and those around us. Okay, so use your judgment card, Ace of Cups, 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so these are all good cards here. So I think, you know, first of all, I'm going to say, it's fair to say the Moon card, you guys do have a fear of the unknown. Okay, because I was actually kind of like feeling like some anxiety with this card, because if I had pulled it for myself, I don't think I would have felt anxiety, but I think I'm picking up on some of the anxiety you all are going to have. And so that's why I feel like I'm picking up. You know, I do feel like there's going to be some changes, but they look like they're all for the better. Stability is coming in with this new relationship. And it could be, you know, like say a business partnership, you know, something to do with contracts. It could also be romantic. It could be a friend, but you need to exercise good judgment. So just know that there is a problem that you're going to have to solve in July that is going to need your full attention, and just use your good judgment with it. Okay. So it's interesting how you get like the rebel with the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is, but here's also the interesting thing about the Hierophant. He is a number 5 card. 5s are about change in numerology. So it's interesting how he's about conforming and, you know, not changing, but he's a 5 card. So there's a duality within him. And then you guys get the rebel card. So what do they need to know? What do they need to know about their rebellious spirit, about conforming? How is that going to play out? Why is that important in July? Why does that matter in July? Why does that matter in July? Because you're going to be asked to take a leap of faith here, to take a risk. And you may not know everything about it. So, okay, this is like that moon energy again, not knowing all the details, okay? You know, but it's a fertile new beginning. So, you know what? I think this is where you have to have some trust, some faith, do some inner work, do some, I feel like just the urge to tell you to do affirmations and mantras. Okay. So several vows of poverty. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made consciously or unconsciously in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. You know, so often we will start off an incarnation maybe having taken a vow of poverty, or in a past life we decided to do that. But, you know, I say incarnations are all about growing and evolving. Okay, so you may have started off with that vow of poverty, but you don't have to keep it. And you might say, yeah, but I have plenty of money, Diane. What are you talking about? Okay, so what part of your life do you not feel abundant? And go into that, okay? Because abundance doesn't necessarily mean money. I mean, abundance can be a lot of different things. No more complaining. Love it. Complaints are affirmations. Oh, and I just said, make sure you do affirmations. Okay, so this is important. Complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never true spiritually. Take back your God-given power by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch these positive affirmations blossom into reality. So yeah, there's something about you, like during meditation or whatever, or just going about your day using affirmations, using mantras that are really positive, okay? This is like law of attraction stuff. I do have some of that in my membership, and I do have that manifestation course too. Attracting, not chasing. You know, the more you like chase after something, I don't care if it's a person, if it's money, you push it away. Anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of the fears underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. Okay, so let's see. What do these pile 3 people need to know about money, finance, abundance, their manifestation work? What do they need? Oh, the cards are super jumpy. Okay, well, this one clearly wants, these 2 really want to come out. Oh, King of Pentacles. Okay, so this is, July has the potential to be a great time of manifesting for you. Anything that's physical, a house, a car, money, good health. I feel guided to say good health. Page of Pentacles, you receiving either a windfall of money, receiving good news about money, and the Lovers. So having some kind of dealings, partnerships, relationships, contracts with somebody that is financially beneficial for you in July. Now, when we look at your relationships here, honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So if you're in a relationship, July is the month that you should be taking some time off for the 2 of you, okay? And it can actually mean a literal honeymoon too, but it can also just mean a honeymoon period. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So for those of you that are single, you may feel drawn to somebody, compelled to maybe want to ask somebody out. And, you know, Spirit's giving you the green light on that. And for others of you, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So those of you who are in that toxic relationship with that narcissist, I know this is going to resonate with some of you. It's time to let yourself be free. So, okay, so for those in a relationship, what do they need to know? That's in a positive relationship. For those in a positive relationship, what do they need to know? Magician, that you can really manifest that relationship that you dream of. July is that time that you do it. For those of you that are single and there's somebody that you're thinking about, what do you need to know? Eight of Swords. You know what? You're not stuck. You're not a victim. Don't feel trapped. You can, go out and explore this, see if this person is worthwhile. And for those of you that's in that toxic relationship, because don't forget, we also get compliments from an admirer in this too. So in the Fair Man card, okay. Free yourself. Start thinking about it. Seven of Pentacles. You reap what you sow. That, July is the time that you start thinking about, okay, this is my time to move on and to move forward. So I hope that this was very helpful, Pile 3 people. I think July is a really special time for you. I think that this is a good time for you to really start to manifest what you want. Do those affirmations and mantras. That came up really strongly for me in July for a lot of you. And for those of you that are in like a great relationship, I think it's just going to get better. And for those of you that are single, I think that there's a potential for you to now get into a relationship, but the cards are clearly saying it's on you. Okay. It's on you. This person's not going to fall out of the sky. So, all right. I hope everybody that sees this has a great 4th of July or Canada Day. And if you see this after the fact, that's fine too. Just make sure in the comments that you let me know how this resonated with you. If you do want a personal reading, go to DianneAquarius.com. And if you want to learn more about membership, check out the join button. And I also have a video on my YouTube homepage too about it. All right, everybody, have a fantastic July. Bye.